Tiana, I know, Sunday's game wasn't the result you guys wanted, but, looking back on that furious rally, I mean, what did you learn about this team that you didn't already know after that one?
About our team.
Yeah.
Um, well, I would just say that, we can really push through adversity because being down by that much and having a positive attitude is very hard. And at halftime, I felt like, we weren't all the way down. Obviously, we would, and we knew we shouldn't have been like, it shouldn't have been like that. But we still kept that positive energy going into the second half, and we stayed believing. And I think that's what definitely helped us.
And I know, looking forward here, you got a bunch of games in just a few days. How's this team embracing the challenge, knowing that, you have a real chance to move up in the ACC with a bunch of wins here?
Yeah, we need to win. um, and we have to do, everything that we can do to win, push through that. It's very difficult to play 4 games, 5 games like that. And I think that period gave us a good idea of what it's going to look like moving forward, especially with the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament. Even though most of us have been there before, I still feel like this definitely helped us prepare mentally what it takes to get through the season and to get through ACC and NCAA tournaments.
Thank you.
Next question from Thomas Schultz.
Hey, Tiana, against Louisville, you had no turnovers, then you had 7 against Clemson. What was the difference in those 2 games for you?
Turnovers is that Clemson was trapping, and so they were trapping the screens, and so it was hard for me. They were trying to speed me up, which worked. And moving forward, I know that I just have to be more poised and patient with the ball, and trying not to force things and force situations. But yeah, it was difficult because I didn't know going into the game, like I didn't know that that's what they were going to do. So when they first started doing that, it was kind of like crap. Well, for me, but I know like I can definitely work on it, and it's something that I've watched film and I know what to do for next time.
And just as a quick follow-up, is that something that you guys practice and work on between games, and practice is just working on what to do against traps, or how do you prevent that going forward?
Really? Well, because it's so like back to back, like games, we really just have to focus on the next game. But I sit down with Coach Erica and watch a lot of film. And so I think, watching film is very important. And I think that's what helps most for me. Because I know what I need to do. Like, I know when I'm in a game that they're going to trap this screen and I need to be poised. But sometimes it's just difficult. Like, I don't know. But yeah, we watch a lot of film. So, but usually we just move on to the next because these games are so far, like back to back.
Thanks, Tiana.
Our next question is for Mike Curtis.
Hey, Tiana, that was a perfect segue into my question. You mentioned watching film with Erica Morrow. Since she's been back with the program since a little bit before Christmas, what have you learned from her the most?
I would say the most thing I've learned from her would be her leadership, especially with the guards. She works with us a lot, and I would say watching film, like she's very film orientated. She will break it down for us almost every play. She's like, okay, I'll let it run through, and then like every play she's like, stop, okay, I got it. But yeah, she's really analytical when it comes to talking about the defense and what we should have done or what we could have done better. And I think that's helped us a lot. yeah, with this team.
As a quick follow-up, from the television broadcast, I've seen when at times, certain times when you go out the game, she's usually like the first person to talk to you. What are you guys having conversations about in that moment?
Yeah, mainly just about like the ball screens and like what's open and what I should be looking for if they're trapping. Like at Clemson, they were trapping and they were rotating up. The backside was open. Just mainly that, and defense. My defense, she talks to me a lot about and how to like position my body. But yeah, just like helping me throughout the whole game.
Thank you.
Ocean Fernandez.
Hi, Tiana. I wanted to ask, so Priscilla just told us that she tries to shoot 500 threes before practice every day. What can you say about her work ethic and how that's helping her shooting in particular?
Yeah, she's always in here before practice and she stays for a long time after practice shooting. I think she has a really good work ethic. I mean, she knows her role on the team and her role is to shoot threes and to make threes. And so, yeah, like she's just always shooting threes when I come in. So, I mean, it's really good for a freshman to be like that.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Patrick Gunn.
Hey, Tiana. So last week was a busy up and down week, to say the least. What was it like going through the 4 games in 8 days and then obviously another stretch coming up next week like that?
It was difficult, I think, for a lot of us. I don't know. I just feel like, we just have to keep pushing through. It's going to be like this now for probably the rest of the season, a lot of games in a short period of time. And I think it was, like I said earlier, like it gave us a good idea of what it's going to be like and how our bodies are going to feel. So we just have to make sure that we stretch and do all the rehab that we can so that our bodies can be in the best shape moving forward. Especially we have like another same thing coming up like this week. So yeah, it was difficult though. But that's not an excuse to anything. I think we should have beaten Clemson, and I think moving forward we will be okay.
And just as a quick follow-up, you've had stretches of gameplay where you look like a top 10 team, and there are other stretches where you kind of just beat yourself up with turnovers and get down early. What do you guys have to do to be a little more consistent on the court?
I would say it's like all mental, because we are very good. Like we are really, really good. We have one of the best posts in the country. We have Emily, who is probably one of the best role players in the country, best 6-man off the bench. We have really good players. And I think it's all mental. It's when we do get in those funks to stay up, stay positive and push through. And even like during this week, we had Monday and Tuesday off. But yesterday I came in and shot, and a lot of us were in here shooting. And that's just really good to see, like, because sometimes when you're not playing well, you're not doing well, you want to just stay in your room and not leave. But it was good to see a lot of girls out here shooting before practice and yesterday and the day before. So I really just think it's a lot to do with our mental aspect. And we need to remember how good we are. Because I think sometimes, when we getting down, it's like, oh my gosh, I suck. Like I'm doing terrible, all these negative thinking. But we really actually really good. So I think just reminding ourselves, we should go back and watch that UNC game of us. We played really good as a team. We moved the ball really well. And so I just think reminding ourselves of who we are is what is going to help us moving forward.
Thank you.
And our final question will be from John Kikas.
Hi, Tiana. If this were a normal season, do you feel like you'd be in a better place personally?
Yes, I think for me, yes, I probably would. COVID, because usually I stay here and train all summer. Because well, that's what I usually do. I don't usually go home, just because I feel like I need to work on my game. And so I think going home, I mean, I was working out still with my family, but it wasn't as intense as it could have been and as intense as I could have like gotten in shape. But also with COVID, you know, we missed like 14 games or 14 days or something. So I think if it was regular, I also think my body would be able to handle 2 games in 1 week. I think 4 games in 1 week, my body is like struggling. But yeah, I think if it was regular, we as a team would probably be doing better too. You know, like, I mean, I think everyone in the country would be doing better if it was a regular season. Maybe. I don't know.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.